Hi, I just got back from the beach with Paul and Bobby. It was like 90 degrees out today, and we didn't get down to the beach until 5:30 because we were doing household things throughout the day, which it was really challenging doing household things that we needed to do because it was so hot and humid. So it was like we were in slow motion all day, but yeah, diligently taking care of business. And there was a frustration. One of the frustrations was, that's my bathing suit, was, okay, my sister bought a bed for Poppy, a mattress and a bed. And we have a mattress, and it's on the floor, and the bed came like 2 weeks ago, and we weren't going to assemble the bed until we had her room painted and the stickers put up and decorated and everything. So by last night, the room was totally painted. And so today we were going to assemble the bed and then put up the stickers. So Paul's like about to do that, and I see him like walking around the house, like looking perturbed, looking like he's looking for something. So I asked him, what's up? And he's like, have you seen um, legs for the bed, like, and a bag of hardware? And I was like, no. And for the um, headboard, legs for the headboard, and hardware for that. And had not seen it. And he looked all over the house. He went outside to where the recycling was, like thinking that maybe it somehow got recycled with the other cardboard and everything, all the crap that the bed came with, boxes. Can't find it, and so pretty sure that they just didn't include it, like they made a mistake. So that's really frustrating. So now tomorrow we have to call them and just deal with that, and just another delay in getting her room all set up. Um, I mean, there's no huge urgency as far as Poppy goes. She's pretty much happy sleeping with us, although she does talk about her room and wanting to sleep in her room. I don't know if reality she'll really be sleeping the night in there. I mean, well, when she goes to sleep at night, she does usually sleep all night. So maybe it'll be like we lay down with her in her new bed and she sleeps, and then when she wakes up in the morning, comes in bed with us. That's what I picture happening. I don't know. Anyway, the real urgency is actually setting it up as a guest room for this big trip. Big family reunion for guests that we're going to be having. Um, that was a bummer. But we need to get the stickers on, and the sun is on back order on the stickers. So there is, there's a tree, there's a leaping frog, there are a lot of flowers, a butterfly, a bee, clouds. We haven't hung the clouds. We're going to wait until the sun comes to hang the clouds. They look nice. It's nice. I painted a round hill. Actually, we both painted it. I didn't do it all. So I guess I could send you pictures, or you could just wait until you get here to see it. It's all super nice. Um, there was this thing hanging over my head all day. Uh, Dave, Paul's friend, our friend Dave, he has his daughter visiting for the summer, and every weekend he's been really eager for us to go and like hang out there and like barbecue or just hang out or whatever. About a month ago, yeah, sometime in June, he did have a barbecue um, with us and him and his daughter, and some friends of her daughters, like some fellow 10-year-olds. And um, he, it was okay. It was, it's always a little bit not okay because his daughter was making the other girls a little uncomfortable by being really bossy with them, and also toward Poppy, and it's always an issue. So I'm never really relaxed. I'm always on guard and like monitoring their interactions, and I don't trust her. I feel bad for her. I think that she, doesn't deserve the things that have happened to her in her life, and I do have compassion for her, but I don't really trust her. I'm not comfortable around her. Um, so anyway, it was a somewhat awkward barbecue, but it was okay. It wasn't like the worst thing. And Dave was like, "Do you want to go down to the garage?" To me and Paul. The kids are all playing, and they were playing with Poppy. And this means to get stoned. And I was kind of bored, and I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, I want to get stoned." That was so stupid of me. So, okay, as far as getting stoned goes, it's something that I've been doing like about once a month. Paul gets a really small amount from Dave, and he's got a little pipe, and so maybe one weekend a month, like one day on a weekend a month, I'll have like a hit of weed, and I feel silly and relaxed, and I enjoy it, um, and it's fine. So he invites us down to his garage, and he has his bong, and he just hands me his bong and lights it up for me, and I take like a big bong hit, and then like a minute later he gives me another hit. Like I didn't even question it. I just did it. And later on, Paul was like, I was very surprised that you took a bong hit and then you took another bong hit. So um, within minutes, instantly I felt very stoned, and um, within minutes I was like feeling extremely stoned and worried about where's Poppy. And she came down. And then the girls and Poppy came down to. Um, he has a living room. His kitchen and bedrooms are upstairs, and the living room and like playroom are downstairs, and then there's the basement. So we went up to the living room area, and the girls were there, and so it was good. They were present, so I could keep an eye on Poppy. But I felt completely weird and stoned and awkward around um, these little girls, friends of his daughters, um, and then it got worse. Um, I started. There's a pool table. There's a pool table in the living room, and the girls are all pretending to play. Were playing pool, like in their goofy way, and including Poppy. And I was just like hanging around, like just watching. And Paul was nearby, and Dave was nearby, and I had an overwhelming urge to go outside because I felt like I started feeling really claustrophobic in that room. So I stepped outside, and I began like to leave my body. I I I started to have the sensation that I was watching myself, and Paul followed me, and he was talking to me, and it was like I was. It's hard to recreate, but it was warpy, and everything. I would say something, and then there would be a delay to like when I'd realize what I'd said. Everything There's a delay to everything that I said or could hear, so the pace of conversation was off, and I started feeling like I was behind myself, watching myself. So, and it was very uncomfortable. And then I realized, I said to Paul, I was like, I'm dissociating. Like this is what dissociation feels like. I am like detached from, and like everything felt really different and off. Um, I was so stoned. It's more, it doesn't even convey saying I was so stoned because it was like, it felt like a much more intense drug trip than just being super stoned. I mean, because the sensation of not being in my body was insane. And I couldn't, it was a little bit like maybe like acid or something where like, so I would try to talk and like I couldn't really be sure of what I was saying. I didn't know if what I was saying was being understood, and I didn't understand everything that was being said to me. So, and I was really trying hard not to panic because I was around all these people, and so, and I didn't want to panic anyway. So I was trying to keep my cool, like act cool, cooler than I felt, and it was a nightmare. Um, I also felt really nauseous. It was so druggy. I mean, I've smoked a lot of pot in my life, and the only time I could think of that was sort of similar was like years ago. I had pot brownies that were really strong, and they hit me like very intensely, and it lasted a long time. So just this one other time where I remember like it felt like more than just weed. So, but and so I'm around Poppy. I mostly stayed on the front patio, and the girls and Poppy were right inside, and Dave was inside with them. So Poppy wasn't like without adult supervision. So I knew she was safe, but I kept getting worried about it though. I'd be like, she's okay, right? She's okay. And I'm not even doing it justice how fucking crazy it was. That's the last time I was there, and I'm not like afraid that that's going to happen again because it's not going to happen again. But um, there's just a feeling of there's a really draining feeling at their place. There's the daughter doesn't really, she's not super respectful. She's strong-willed, and she has lots of ideas what she wants to do that are childlike, like let's all dress up and pretend that we're pirates and we're fighting the mermaids, or like she'll get imaginative ideas and really want to act them out, and she'll be really pushy about it and push boundaries, maybe be too loud, knock things over, um, just be kind of annoying, and then not really listen to her father. And her father seems overly controlling too at the same time. Even though she's out of control, he seems too controlling somehow. Paul and Poppy are almost back from their walk around the block. Oh, they are back. Anyway, the last couple of weekends, he's been really pushing for us. That was like a month ago. Last couple of weekends, he's been pushing for us to come back over, and I'm just like not wanting to do it. And all weekend, this weekend, just like now it's Sunday, yesterday Paul was like, well, maybe Sunday we're going to be doing stuff during the day, but maybe in the evening. And then, I really wanted to go to the beach, um, and it was like 5:30, and we hadn't heard from Dave, even though he'd been pushing for us to get together tonight. And so it was 5:30, and I was like, maybe we haven't heard from him, like, let's go to the beach. And then luckily, so we did, and then we found out from Dave that he had taken a nap at 4:30 and he'd fallen asleep. And then he wanted us to join in at Wasabi with his daughter, but we just got from the beach and we're all like saltwatery and not dressed, and it's really awkward. And so Paul told them like we're just gonna eat food here at home. Anyway, I didn't really convey all the ins and outs of this, but Paul's probably gonna go over and hang out tonight, like later, and I'm gonna stop because they're home now. So thank you. Bye.